I'll just take a second. Hopefully it works. It's saying it's going. Sometimes that's the part that I'm like, is it working or is it not? Is it working or is it not? Update the schedule for stream for today. Okay. Those of you that are... Oh, there. It's working. Yay. Okay. I can put this away. Hello, people in YouTube. All right, great. So it's working. No video on Zoom. You can't see me, Donna? I'm pinned. So if you can't see me, let's see. Let me just check to make sure on my side. All right, so those of you on YouTube, I will not be able to interact with you as much as I would like, but I will check later. And then those of you in Zoom with me, you'll see my face for a little bit, and then when we focus on what we're playing around with, you won't see me, but if you watch the video later, I'll be there. Just a lot of going back and forth. All right, so we're just checking in with people and what their word is for the year. First of all, I just want to say thank you for joining me today. I am so grateful that you would take the time to in the new year to come hang out. So I just want to say thank you first of all for that. And just going through some of the things that people have said. Action is a word that Susan said for this year. Let's see here. The first word, and thank you for confirming that. The first word I chose was resist, but that seemed negative, so I changed it to rise. Ooh, Rachel, that's nice. I like that. Jackie, appreciation. Carla, create. Yes. I don't know if you were here when we started this, but Margaret said return. And as I was talking to the folks that are here, patience came to my mind, so I should probably write that down. But before we keep going, here is the bit.ly or the link for our session today, just in case. Expectancy from Kathleen. Cindy says kindness and forgiveness. Wow, these are great words for the year. I can't believe it's 2025 already. Anyway, I wanted to start off by saying thank you to the Coffee Club folks, Leslie C., Miss Cat, let's see here, Leslie H. There was one, I think it's Janry, hopefully I'm saying that right, Heather, Carla, Marilyn, Asma, Christine, Barbara, Levine family, Lisa, Margaret, and those that wish to remain anonymous. Just thank you so much for contributing to the Coffee Club. And this session is all about new year and new tools, or old tools, not new tools. So one of the challenges that I wanted to give to myself, and you don't have to do this, but some of you have joined me, is to try to use what I have. I feel like I love... Oh, hang on a second. One of the things that I end up doing, sorry about that, is I amass a whole bunch of stuff. And I don't know if that's true for you, but when I see something shiny, I'm like, oh, I have to try that, or oh, I have to get that. Oh, I don't think art would be the same if I don't have that tool, right? And so like I buy all these tools, and then I find that I just leave them everywhere and I don't go back to them. So this year is all about trying not to buy anything. I'm gonna do my best not to buy anything and just using what I have. But I also know that when you give yourself a restriction and then you're like accidentally, like, oh man, I really do need to buy this. Don't feel like you have to be so hardcore. If you have to buy something, go buy something, whatever you need, okay? That's just for me in this year and those that want to join me. All right, so I just wanted to say that, first of all. And so I am going to be using the tools that I already have. let's see here. I'll show you what I'm going to be using. And, okay. For mark making, a lot of this is going to be mark making because it's Quentin Blake. I have a watercolor color pencil. I have a pastel. I don't know if I'll use that, but I just took it out just in case. A couple more mark making tools, so if you want to get some of that out right now. And then I have a sketchbook that I haven't used in a while, and sometimes I think I used this last time for Paul Klee. Oh, great. How exciting. See? Sometimes I forget what I have. Anyway, as we get going here, if you have any questions, please feel free to just, let me see here. Feel free to use what you have. I lost my train of thought for a second here. Let's see. I can only see you in gallery view. Speaker view is not working on my Zoom. Huh. Let me I'm removing my pin, and I am pinning myself. Can you see that? Is that good? Are we good on here? Hopefully. Okay. I'm not sure why it's not working. I have pinned it and highlighted. So you might, Margaret, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, the person, like if anybody wants to see you full screen, they have to pin you themselves.
Okay. You have to.
Yeah, you do it. There's like little dots up in the top, and there's a drop-down menu. You can say pin.
Okay.
When they go to your picture.
Yep. Go to my picture or where their sketchbook is. Thank you, Margaret. And then just pin me. All right. So hopefully that works. Okay. So Quentin Blake is a wonderful artist. I'm sure you have seen his work. He's illustrated so many amazing books. He's worked with Roald Dahl and all of those, like James and the Giant Peach and Matilda, like all of these kids' books. And I fell in love with him first because I was buying stuff for my children as they were growing up. And now that I'm going back and just studying more about him, he's going through this time now where he's 92 years old and he's still painting. And it's interesting because I don't know if you saw the videos that I linked, the work is just gigantic, right? I mean, like, he has gone huge, and it makes me want to take just black acrylic paint and do the same thing, like maybe one of these days you'll see this whole wall is just one giant piece of white. It's just so powerful to me how he can just do that. So, it's right here. It's in the PDF here. So that's something that I'm kind of thinking about and wanting to do. I love his mark making. So what I'd like to do for our session today is be inspired by, look at this. It's not just kids' art. This is his art that he's doing now. So he's using just whatever he has. I love this one. Just with a pen. So pick a tool that you want and we'll warm up just using some of these. I don't know which one speaks to you. Maybe we try 2 of them. I'm going to try, I like this one because hands are hard for me. Like, I don't know about you, but hands kind of scare me. So I want to this year also gravitate to things that are a little bit scary, to just jump and see how that works for me. So I'm going to try it. All right. So I'm just going to take a mark making tool. It doesn't matter what. I think I'm going to try. These are like pens that when you press down, they get bigger. I think they're zebra pens is what they're called. So I'm going to try that. And you try this too. Just look at the picture and kind of do a blind contour if you want. So I'm just gonna make. Oh, I can't do it. I gotta peek. Why do I do that? I always say I'm not gonna peek, and then I always, right after I say it, I always look. Oh. Okay, I just love how it's like so loose. So I don't know about you, but today is a kind of day where I'm just like, things just need to be loose. Oh, I love the mouth. All right. And these are just from his imagination. So I'm just going to be inspired by what he's doing also. The hands scare me. Those of you that are with me on Zoom, what tool are you using? What is it that you're using? I'm using the zebra pen here. What do you have? What do you have so I can put it on my list for 2026 when I can buy new supplies? Okay, Elizabeth. Hi, Caroline. So glad you're here. Elizabeth says using a graphite pencil. Jean says pencil. Okay, great. I'm using, if you just joined us, a zebra pen, and I'm just kind of trying to do the same thing. So that's my rendition. It almost feels good to just do it in one shot, like not try to, ooh, Sandra, I want to see that. A brush marker? Please post that. I want to see how that turned out. Well, you can show us in a minute. So let's do another one. Do a different tool, because I love doing this exercise where you use different tools to try, because you might fall in love or find something, an old tool that you haven't used in a while. Margaret's using a Pilot V6 pen. I'm just gonna zoom in. Okay, I'm drawn to this face. So I'm gonna try this one. Hopefully you can see that. Let me just check. Okay, Caroline is using, I'm not sure how to say this, but Funde Nusoke brush pen from Tombow. I don't know if I said that, but it's a Tombow pen, a brush pen. Cool. All right, I am going to use this watercolor pencil, I think, and I'm just going to dip it in water, and I'm going to try to just make, I love these marks of just, I was also inspired, I don't know if Susie is here. Susie does a lot of faces, and whenever I see her faces, I'm always like, wow, amazing. Because faces are not my strong suit. So I think that's why I like to try to start the year off with faces. Okay, I love this, where it's just little hearts almost. So I'm going to try to mimic that. It also makes me just, things are messed up. That's okay. Going to do the other eyeball. Moving to the nose. I just love this. It's so encouraging to know that at 92 there are still people creating. I just was doing a deep dive on Lois Dodd, and Lois is 97, and she just looks out her window and paints what's out her window. Maybe we'll do a painting with joy using Lois Dodd, because she is a huge influence. Just being really, really loosey-goosey. Okay, if you're done early, I want you to think about this. We're going to do this practice, but I put a picture of somebody there, but I was thinking, maybe, are you up to doing your own face? Like trying it as a portrait of your face? So think about that. Maybe get a, I don't know if you have your phone or a different device so that you're looking at yourself while you're painting. So we'll do that next. Let's see. Melissa's using a black Sharpie Fine Violet Crayola pencil. Cool. A Crayola pencil. Interesting. Melissa, I might have to find you so you can show me what that looks like. That sounds intriguing. And I'll put it for my 2026 list of stuff to purchase. Is anybody else doing that challenge with me? It's on if you are, feel free to put your photos on Facebook. in our group there so I can see. I also love this mark making just on the chin part, so I'm gonna add that. Do you feel thoroughly warmed up? I like how it's all dark where the shadows are. Okay, so that is my rendition. Lori's using a micron pen. Cool. Those are tricky sometimes. Awesome. I want to see how that looks. I haven't bought, Candy says, or ordered any art supplies so far this year, but it's only January. That's okay. It's the 22nd of January, so you've gone 22 days. That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to unpin myself. Those of you on YouTube, you will not be seeing this part, but if you join us on the Facebook group, you could see these wonderful photos. I'd love to see what you're doing. So I'm going to remove my pin here. And do you mind holding your beautiful artwork up? I'm going to put the view gallery. Okay. All right. For some reason, my screen does not show everyone. So I'm going to try my best to, let's see here. Give me just 2 seconds. Great. Okay. Awesome. Ooh, Sylvia. Ooh, I love the hands on that. Phoebe. That's great. Cindy, look at that. Oh, Marcy. With the brush pen? Is that a brush pen? That looks awesome. Jackie, I love that. The watercolor on the... Okay, that looks like a... Is it a brush pen? It looks like one. It's Marcy. Sandra, that looks great. Carla, amazing. Isn't it? What is it?
I don't know, it has like a point on it.
Oh. Is it from Pentel? It looks like a Pentel brand one. I'm going to take a...
Doesn't say anything.
Oh, Jean, I love that. So dramatic. Arlene, amazing. Okay, hold it up. Molly, good to see you. Hold it up for me. I'm going to take a picture, okay? So let's see here. Susan, I love that. The eyes are amazing. Okay, I'm going to get ready here. Just hold it up. Let's see. Lori, just hold it up. And Caroline, I can give you the Facebook group in a minute here. But I'm going to take a picture now. So hold it up. 1, 2, 3 with your wonderful faces. And I'm going to click. Click. Okay. And then let me look at the next page. I think that's everybody. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Oh, I hope that you're finding like new ways of creating faces. Jackie, this made me think of you and your project too, where you were doing a portrait. So cool. Okay, I'm gonna spotlight myself. And now let's try your face, all right? So I am going to, do you have anything that's not white paper? I love white paper, but I've just been trying to branch out and use other colors. So I got pink paper. Oh, I got pink paper to try and play with. And if you don't, that's okay. I was just trying to use up what I have. I'm going to actually fold this into 4 pieces, but if you're using a sketchbook, you could do it into 4s too, or 2s. Maybe I'll do 2. Okay. So this time I'm going to try to, let's see, try to do the same thing with my face. Oh boy. My husband has a friend that was kind enough to take a picture of me for work. And so I'll use that because my eyes are actually open. Normally my pictures are like closed. Okay, Jean says black paper and Posca paint. Thank you, Molly. So I'm going to try to use that. First of all, I'd like for you to try, if you want to use the picture that I gave you, you could use that. But I was kind of thinking maybe if you could use your face, that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna use my face, but you don't have to look. I feel kind of weird having you look at my face the whole time, so maybe I'll just put it aside. Is that weird? It's just a joy. I'm gonna hold it up here so you don't have. It's gonna be tricky. Okay, I'm gonna put it down. Put it somewhere where you can see what you're doing. I'm gonna try to do mine as a blind contour first. Okay, so I'm gonna actually not look at my paper. So I'm gonna move this side to the side, and I'm gonna. Okay, so Julie says it helps to see what I'm looking at. Okay, it just seems kind of like weird to be looking at my face the whole time, but that's what I used, so I'll just go with it. But thank you. I think I'm gonna use, what color? I'm gonna use I might want to use a color pencil. What do you think? I'm gonna try a blue color pencil. Okay, I'm gonna try not to look. And oh, thank you, Julie. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try not to look, and I'm gonna do a blind contour first. I feel like when I do a blind contour, it looks a little bit better than my regular rendition. This one was from a long time ago. Because I don't feel like I have to have it perfect. So we're gonna try to do a blind contour of, you don't have to do my face, please do your face, okay? So here we go. Plus, if I do my face and I mess it up, I feel like it's okay. Because it's my face. But if it's somebody else's, I always feel like, oh boy. I peeked just for a second. Oh. I'm confessing to you. Okay, hair, neck. This is just a blind contour. Trying not to peek. Now, moving back to my face. We'll see how this works. I'm just looking at my picture, not really looking. I'm trying to be really good here. Why did I pick one with teeth showing? Should have picked a different one. Okay, so there's mine. Oh boy. Okay, so that's my picture, and I'm going to add my eyeballs. I'm going to peek now. And I'm going to do the same thing that Roald Dahl did and just do dots, because I love that. Okay, so that is my first rendition of my face, but now I'm going to go back and kind of add where shadows are, etc. I'm going to use a different mark making tool. Sometimes it's just fun to play, you know, after a long day. Have you ever had, I think in the US here, we just had a day off, like 1 day off for MLK Day. And I feel like when I go back to work, it feels like a Monday when it's a Tuesday. So it's a Wednesday that feels like a Monday today. So it feels good to play with you and just kind of hang out for a little bit. All right, so that's my first rendition. Now I'm going to try to look, and I'm going to turn my page over and use a different mark making tool. So what we're trying to do is use a different mark making tool each time so that you can kind of play and see what works for you. It really feels weird with my face here. Maybe I'm going to try the other person. I'll just do this by myself later. To show my face the whole time kind of feels weird. So I'm going to try the picture of this person. Okay? So now I'm still going to do like this kind of look where it's just going to be mark making. We're not going to do super detail. We're just going to try to do circular mark making fashion. And I think I'm inspired to try brush markers from those of you that are using the brush markers. I saw it and I was just like, whoa. So this one seems to be working. And remember when he said something that Roald Dahl I'm starting with the eyes here. That stood out to me that he said was he said when he draws, the line work is just like so loose. And I think a lot of that comes with practice. And he also said that he uses a light box. So I thought that was interesting. This looks like a blind contour drawing, but I'm just really trying to be loose about it. Ooh, using a brush pen is tricky. Those of you using it, super brave, I feel like. These are the shadows, the hair, really dark over here. I'm just trying to hold my pencil way back and put stuff down. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat or you can ask me. All right. Let's see. Candy's saying Tallahassee, Florida. In North Florida has snow, lots of it, no work, no school. Oh, wow. No one knows how to drive in it, so it isn't safe to go out. Once in a lifetime situation. That's right. Does anybody else have snow that normally doesn't have snow? It was like negative, when I left this morning, it was like negative 12 here in New York. So it was very, very cold. But can you enjoy that? But I mean, be safe, but also enjoy the snow, because if it's not something Melissa says we have smoke from another, California fire. Wow. Yeah, that the fires are just keeps going. I have to read about that because I'm kind of behind on the news. All right. So how can I simplify this? I'm looking at this and I'm like, it still seems kind of too much. Like, I feel like I didn't do what he did up here, which is just a lot of scribble marks. So I think I used the wrong tool. So I'm going to switch it in just a second here. But I want to see how yours look like. So I'm going to remove my pen. And how's it going? Do you want to hold it up? Laura, oh, that's beautiful. Carla, that's the lady that you're drawing. It looks great. Jean, ooh, I like that in the black. That looks awesome. Kathleen, oh my goodness, that's great. Sylvia looks awesome. Candy, fun. Susan B. Oh, Carla, that's a great picture of you, by the way. You should frame that. Molly, I love the glasses. You look great. Okay, hold it up. I want to take a picture of this. All right, taking a picture. And hold it up, 1, 2, 3, and click. All right. Kim says that they are in Ontario, Canada, and at negative 22. Oh my goodness. It's either, the only thing I can say is please stay warm or please stay cool, right? Because like, there's some places that are super hot, but I mean, like us here in New York, it's super cold, so stay warm. But also, Central Mexico had 33 last night. Wow. It's just, January is a strange time. All right. So I'm going to attempt this again. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go back to my sketchbook. I folded this twice, but let me go back to my sketchbook. It feels small. I'm going to try it again. And this time, I'll use a different tool. And I'm going to try the face again. I feel like with me, it feels better to not to do the blind contour, but I want to try it with just a regular marker. Okay, So how am I going to tackle this? This is a water soluble, I think, marker. So if you have something that's water soluble, that might be fun so that we can, play around and add more stuff. But let's see. Try it one more time here. And just remembering what Quentin Blake did with just mostly super, super loose marks that are also fast. To be that loose takes so much time, right? So much practice. I think Picasso was the one that said that to be able to paint like a child takes a lifetime. So I'm trying to be, that's why my word right now is patience. I'm trying to be patient with myself as I'm doing this. Like, I can't be hard on myself if it doesn't look like how I want it to look. I also love the simplicity of just dots for the nose. I mean, the eyes, which I didn't do here, but I should have done. Okay, I'm going back to the eyes up here. So really, this is just a practice on being loose. And then, I meant to do dots again. But I did big marks. When you're doing this, maybe try it on with your face. I got shy and had to put mine away, but I'll try it with my face later. Okay, lips. It's not going to look exact, and I'm not trying to go for that. Just super loose. Even my proportions are really off, but that's okay. I'm trying to channel Quentin Blake. I'm not sure I'm doing the best job, but that's okay. I keep saying that's okay because I'm also kind of saying it in my brain to myself. That it's okay that it looks not like at all like the picture. How do you feel about this? I know it's not my strongest suit, and whenever I try to do a face, it always kind of like stresses me out a little bit, but I also love like running towards it, like just trying it just to see what comes out. And it's okay that it's not perfect. Just trying to be loose and trying to not worry about perfection. Now I'm enjoying it. Now I'm going back, adding things. Lori said it's cool if you don't compare it to the original. I know, right? Don't look at the original. Jean says challenging and fun. Yes, it is challenging. It's challenging to try something different. Drawing people always makes my family laugh because I'm so bad at it. I think it just comes with practice. This is just not something that I gravitate to, so I always like to do it in the new year. I think last year we did portraits too with oil pastel, just because it's fun to just try something different. All right, so now I'm gonna take my brush, and then I'm gonna just do kind of like what Jackie does with her watercolor up there. Just gonna try to see if I can activate this. So if you want to do that, maybe where it's dark, the shadows. Where it's super dark, I'm just gonna add this. The lips. I'm gonna try this again maybe later with just the dots. I keep forgetting that he just does dots for eyes. So that's something that I need to. It's like muscle memory for me to just go dark for some reason. Now I'm wanting to add some watercolor to it. So maybe I will. I just have my watercolor up here. Just adding a little bit of that for the darks. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about the faces? Remember, Quentin Blake just kind of, the way he does it's almost like storytelling. I want to get there. I want to learn how to do that. Also big. Maybe like holding your brush farther away would be good. I'm just kind of adding a little bit more up here. Now I'm building it up a little bit. I'm kind of wanting to add some other things to it, and you don't have to do that. But a long time ago last year, I bought these art crayons, and so I'm gonna try to see if I can use them on here. Carla says it's fun and a great way to loosen up. You're right. It is really a great way to loosen up and a great way to play in the sketchbook, because that's what sketchbooks are for. Just get in there and play. So now I'm just adding a little bit more, just fleshing things out. Whatever I feel like maybe it needs. It takes a few times for me to start getting comfortable. Like I'm always like, I don't know if that looks right. What are art crayons similar to watercolor crayons? Sandra, these are art crayons that I feel like, I guess are similar to watercolor crayons. To me, they feel a little bit like oil pastel. That's why I love them, but they also activate with water. So if you use water on them, they'll kind of disperse a little bit. Not too much, but they will disperse a little. And these are by Marabou. And they come in a whole bunch of colors. I'll show you. Just want to fix this nose. Okay. They come in a bunch of different colors. And I've had them for a while, and that's the reason why I'm trying this challenge is I have things for such a long time, and then I forget that I have them. And then, you know, so I always have to hold things and keep them close. All right? Okay, so let me see. How are we doing? How are you doing? Remove my pin here and check. How's it going? Ooh, Laura. I love that. The hair looks amazing. Jean, that looks great. Barbara, I love the detail. The detail on what you got there. Okay. Sylvia, I love it. I love the hair. I love the pink. I think it's great to try different things that you normally wouldn't try. Miss Katz, ooh, the side look. Asma, good to see you. I'm gonna take a second here and take a picture of everybody. Hang on. If you want to hold it, I'm gonna take a picture. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay. Sylvia says, I underestimated the solubility of my water-soluble marker and sprayed it with my spray bottle and the whole thing smeared. That's a good experiment, though, so you'll know what to do, right? Because sometimes I forget how to do that. Kim, oh, wow. That looks amazing. All right, so Cynthia, family, unexpected quick visit. Help me shovel, but I'm here. Oh, that's okay. You can always catch up whenever you would like. I would like for us to, Marcy, that looks great. I would like for us to take the second, and those of you on YouTube won't be able to see this, but those of you that are on Zoom, I'd like for you to see if you could do like, go to gallery view so you could see all of us. And see if you could pick a couple of people that you would want to draw right now. All right? So take a look. Oh, such beautiful faces. And let's challenge ourselves and see if you could do a quick, it does not have to be perfect. Remember what Quentin Blake does. It's just, the essence, the energy. So pick your a picture that you would like to do, a square, like Hollywood squares. Pick a square. And see if you could pick, let's try for 3 people, all right? And then afterwards, we'll guess who it is. No, I'm just kidding. We won't do that. You don't have to do that. But I would like to challenge you to try to see if you could draw who you see, okay? I keep using up all of everything's wet, so I'm going to move this aside. And I am going to grab another pink paper. And you know me in squares. I'm going to draw a few squares. I'm not going to pin myself because I'd like for you to try this on your own without seeing my paper. I'll show you my paper, but no, I'll just show you my face. And then at the end, we'll show each other what we did, all right? So those of you in Zoom, I guess you could try to draw me if you want, or somebody in your family, okay? So let's see here. Because I love squares, I'm going to put squares real quick. This is a fun thing to do with kids too. Just like having them draw you. If you have grandkids, if you have children, this is a fun little exercise. I had my son draw me when he was little, and it's one of my favorite videos because he was just so like focused on what he was doing, and then he showed it to me. I was just like, wow. It was so cute. I still have the drawing because it just made me so happy. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 squares here. These are going to be tiny. I'm saying what I'm doing, but you can't see what I'm doing. Later on, if you're watching it back on YouTube, you'll get to see what I'm doing. Also, these Zoom squares are not perfectly squares anyway, but we'll try our best. Okay, so pick some people to draw. And we will start. I'm going to use, I keep going back and forth, like what tool do I want to use? So I think I'm going to use, I love using color pencils. I think I'm going to use that. But I have to see if this works. Okay, so I'm going to pick some folks. Oh, beautiful. And I am just going to, should we try a blind contour? I say that because I get scared. So that when you show somebody the work, you're like, oh, this was a blind contour. Don't worry. I really wasn't looking. That's how bad I am. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm going to draw. Molly, I'm going to draw you. Okay. I love it. I know I said don't say yet, but I got inspired when I saw you. This is a blind contour, okay, Molly? So if it doesn't look exactly, you know why.
No worries, I'm hard to offend.
Okay. All right. It's kind of a blind contour, but I'm looking down. I'm going to try to remember to just draw with dots for the eyes. And then I love how Quentin Blake does the nose, where it's like just a scribble. So that's what I'm trying to do, just a scribble for the nose. Beautiful smile, Molly. Okay, and then shirt. This is going to take a lot of practice. If this is something that I want to keep doing, I'm finding that I need to be, number one, use the word for my year, which is patience, and be patient with myself, and then try this more and more as I go about it, because it's hard. It's not easy. Let's see here. Julie. Oh, Julie. I love it. Julie's like right there. So I'm just going to draw you, Julie. Is everybody going to look the same on my picture just because I'm not that great at portraits? It might be, but that's okay. Julie, this is a semi-blind contour. I'm just having fun, okay? So, I'm sorry ahead of time if it's not exactly. This is so fun to do, and then you don't see what I'm drawing. I like that. It's so amazing to me how loose Quentin Blake's art is, but yet it's loose, but yet it's like so energetic. So I'm just trying to channel that without having to worry too much about how it really looks. Okay, and I'm down to my last square here. Let's see. Oh boy, we lost some people. Did they not want to be drawn? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. We still have everybody, I think. All right, let's see here. Oh, wow. Such amazing faces. I'm going to draw Jackie. I love Jackie's hair. Okay, when I draw this Jackie, remember, it's a semi-blind, but I am looking a little bit, but I'm just doing my best, okay? It's not my strong. It's not my strong suit, but I might have to try this all the time now that I have fallen in love with the way Quentin Blake works. It's also great if you could look at his old videos and just check it out. Take your time and just check it out. All right. And let's see here. This is going to be my first rendition. And then later on, I want to try some more with like watercolor. Okay, I'll show you what I have. I'm embarrassed, but I'll show you. Let's see here. It's so fun to do this, by the way. I'm really enjoying myself. So these are my... I don't know if you could tell who you are, but that is my trial. I think I got warmed up when I got to Jackie, though. I feel like. So sorry, Ma. It's tried, and then I was inspired by you, and then... Let's see here, Julie, and then Molly. And then Jackie. I like how it's simple at the end there. I didn't try to do too much. So that's something to think about too. Like when you're trying to do these, try not to do too much. Just try to see what happens. So now, I'll show you what I have. Now this time, I don't look at the person because I'm pinning myself. Just look at what you have and see if you can recreate it one more time, but this time use watercolor, use different tools, see what you can come up with. So that will be our last try. Does that make sense? We'll try it one more time and then try watercolor and different things. This is so fun. I can see why he does it now. I start from like is it trepidation? Is that the word for it? I get scared, and then like by the end of our session, I end up falling in love with it, and I'm just like, why haven't I been doing this before? Why haven't I just been drawing your faces every time I see you? It's so much fun. But yeah, let's see here. Did anybody do the same thing where you kind of start like, I'm not sure about this, and then now as you're going, you're like, oh, this is fun. I'm going to try Julie again here. This is my interpretation of Julie. And I'm not looking at you now, so I'm just trying it on the page here. And the sketchier or like the more playful I feel like, the better for me. I might just do this at work. Just like take a sketchbook and then try to do that and not worry about having it look exactly like the person. Caroline says we should definitely repeat this kind of session, maybe using different artist style like Picasso. This is super fun, challenging at the same time. Caroline, that's great. So maybe we'll do like 3 different artist takes on a photo or a face. Yeah, I like that. I will put that. I'm going to take some watercolor. I will put that in the, I'll write that down for next time. It is challenging, absolutely. Try purple. And then maybe some shadow. It's fun to just mix it too, just to see how it would look. Maybe cheeks are red? I don't know. Caroline, yay, yeah. It's exciting. I feel like I'm learning so much about the artists when we do a deep dive. I mean, it's great sometimes when we're like, oh, this is my way of painting flowers or Joy's way of doing this, but I love learning from other people. I think that's why I'm gravitating towards that a lot lately. Okay, this time I'm gonna start with, so that's my first take. Let's try this other one, Molly. But I'm not looking, but I'm just working from what I have up here. I love drawing glasses. I don't know if anybody else likes it, but I love it. And everybody's glasses is different, like, oh boy. Maybe I should look at Molly's face because, okay, there she is. I see you, Molly. I feel like I'm like, oh boy, I should not have said a person's name. What if it doesn't turn out?
No worries at all. I love it.
Thank you.
All experimentation.
Yes, I just see your smiling face and I'm like, I gotta try to draw it. Carla says, thanks, Joyce. This was so much fun, but I must leave early. Not to worry. We will catch you later, Carla. Thank you for staying with us. Okay, so even though we're doing this with faces, whatever is your favorite thing to draw, what is your favorite thing to draw? Whether it's, to me, I always gravitate to, oh, Joey says glasses are easier than eyes. You're right. That is 100% true. I feel like I gravitate towards flowers or like landscapes. So you could do the same thing with landscapes. Just, you know, not the total details, but just the mark making. That is definitely something you could try. I get confident and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks great. And then I try it again. I'm like, oh boy, that did not work out how I wanted to. But that is what playing around is about. See, I think I like the color pencil for this. I don't know why. I know that, like I said, Quentin Blake does the huge paintings with just acrylic paint, and then he does the whole wall. So I want to try that. I really do. But maybe that's something to try. Just go big. Folks on YouTube, I will be checking in on you when we're done. I sure like substituting dots for drawing eyes. I know, Kathy, me too. Just these little lines of like, it's so cool because like with Jackie's eyes here, I just did the smallest little, they're like upside down U's, and I was just like, oh, I like that. I like that it's just the simplest thing, like how powerful the little dots are. Even if the dots are farther away or closer. I don't know, I like it. I'm just experimenting as I'm going along and trying to keep that mindset of just being super loose. And just reminding you that I am doing the new year, old tools, just trying to use what I have. So if you're doing the same thing, that is awesome. And please post it on our Facebook page, which I will try to link here. So keep going. I'm just going to try to find that Facebook. Actually, if you click on the link, I'll put it on here too. If you click on that link, I think, does that give us, just go to Hi Joy Ting. I think, well, let me just check real quick. Keep going. I'm going to try to find our Facebook group. It's called Painting with Joy. And it is a private group, but I now have the link. I will put it on there. Okay. If you want to join us. Right? That is the Facebook page. Okay. I think I'm going to for my practice, I think I'm going to tackle my portrait again. And this is how, like I said, the blind contour. I just like doing that. I don't know why. It feels good to just do the dots for the eyes and then go back through and then add the details afterwards. That I really enjoy. All right, so I'm going to stop right there because we are at 6:58. Can you believe that? Time always flies when we're playing around here. So I don't know. I have a really great time just hanging out, and then time flies and I'm like, wait a minute. But I feel like today we really got a lot done. I filled up, I don't know. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 10 sketches. Did you get to do a few more than we normally do? I feel like we do like 2 or 3 big ones and then a giant project. This is, Cindy says, you are in the zone. Yeah, I feel like I was in the zone. Jay, thanks again, everyone. Very diverting, which I needed. Good, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you joined us today. All right, so for homework, I'd like for you to try a few more of these. I think I'm going to go through your phone photos and just, try to do some blind contours, all right? I'm just going to say bye to our folks on YouTube, and then I'll come back here on Zoom for a second, and then we'll look at everybody's pictures. So YouTube, thank you so much for joining us, and can't wait to see what you have created.